What's up, Fresh Squad? Back again talking about some fragrances I think are gonna be some great smelling fragrances for teenagers for the summer. Now you're either here because you're a teenager yourself or you have a teenager that you want to smell good at school. You want to get them into the fragrance game. You want them to start bumping up that notoriety of being a great smelling person. Whatever the case is, y'all can have some of these fragrances purchased by tomorrow and you're gonna love basically any one of them. Now, these fragrances, they are gonna be cost effective, compliment getting, and generally mass appealing. So basically all of these fragrances, you won't really have anyone that does not like them. However, these fragrances aren't gonna be any beast mode or long projecting fragrances. So just get that out of your head. They're very cheap and get the job done by smelling great, but it won't really last too long. Now, before I get into the video, you already know what you gotta do. You gotta like the video, subscribe, and comment what you think is a fragrance that teenagers would love over some of the ones that I probably have on this list, or it should have been added into this list. Something that you think is so juvenile that it's not for anyone over the age of 21. Now, let's get right into it. Remember, like, subscribe, comment. Let's go. Did you subscribe already? You didn't, did you? Go ahead, subscribe right now and like. Okay, so first up we have For Men EDT. It's the eau de toilette version. Now, this one is very cheap. It goes for around $30 to $40 online, or generally anywhere you can get it. It's gonna go for that price unless you're paying full retail, which I would not recommend. Probably around $60 thereabout. I don't remember because I wouldn't buy this full retail. Great smelling fragrance. It's slightly mature and slightly juvenile, but women love it. Women love it, girls love it. That's wrong though. I shouldn't be saying girls love it. I don't know if girls love it, but it does have a juvenile smell to it, where I think it can pass for any age group. It's very neutral smelling. So if you spray this on a grown man, it will fit him. If you spray this on a younger guy or a teenager, this fragrance will definitely fit them. It has a slightly soapy smell to it. It's sweet. It's very masculine fragrance, and most people love this. Not the best projector, not the best longevity on it. If you spray a lot on your clothes, it will definitely stay on there, but for projection wise, forget about it. It'll probably last maybe an hour or two projecting if you overspray it, and that's about it. It's probably got Axe level projection, but better smelling. So great fragrance. I think everyone will love this. It won't offend anyone because it isn't too pushy, and you will definitely get compliments with this. For Men eau de toilette has some pear in there, some woody notes. Great fragrance, sure winner. Okay, next up we have Platinum. Wonderful, wonderful fragrance. I've been wearing this one for years now. I think I started wearing this when I was around 20, 21. I discovered this fragrance. Me and my friend discovered this fragrance, and I've been wearing it ever since. This is probably like my third or fourth bottle of this fragrance. Fantastic fragrance. Has bergamot on top, some citrus notes, some tonka bean, so that will make it a little creamy sweet. Some oat moss, got some, it's great. It's great. It's gonna smell sweet, citrusy, kind of woody fragrance. It kind of reminds me of Invictus in a sense, but great fragrance, very mass appealing. Does project if you overspray it. longer than the Coach for Men, obviously. Terrible performance, but great DNA, slightly below average performance, but so definitely get you compliments. Very cheap as well. You can get this online for around $16, and it's a hidden gem as well, so not a lot of people will smell like this and they'll think your fragrance is a lot more expensive than it actually is. Territory Platinum, definitely grab that one. Okay, so one of these that I actually got as a gift, it's gonna be Abercrombie and Fitch. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Abercrombie and Fitch, I think so. First Instinct Blue. Now this one, I don't know if y'all have seen this, but yeah, this one is great. Got it as a gift. Never knew what it smells like, but wonderful, wonderful fragrance. Has some cashmere in there, has a silky smooth, sweet and fresh smell to it. That great. As with all Abercrombie and Fitch fragrances though, doesn't last long, but I'd say it projects for maybe around 2 hours thereabouts, 2 hours and a little bit if you overspray this. Great smelling fragrance, very mass appealing as well. You won't find anyone that does not like this. Slightly generic, but slightly not as well. Sweet, woody, fresh fragrance. That's the best way to put this one. And you will like it, trust me. This is for that cool, calm, confident guy. And if you think you're that guy or you want to be that guy, then definitely wear this. Very versatile as well as all of these fragrances are. You can wear these fragrances anywhere. If you are going to the gym, you start going to the gym. If you're going to classes, you can wear this anywhere. Going to the mall, going grocery shopping, anywhere you think of, you can wear this fragrance. Abercrombie and Fitch, and you can put this in the category with all Abercrombie and Fitch fragrances. They generally are pretty linear in the way that they smell. So if you like this, you'll most likely like all of them from this line. So great fragrances, not the best projectors, unfortunately. Okay, so next up is one of the newer fragrances that we have, and that is going to be Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Summer Vibes. Okay, I'm just noticing that I can actually see through this with the right amount of light. I thought I couldn't, but that's good. I thought I used a bit more than is actually in there, so that's good. Lovely fragrance. Another fragrance that does not project well, unfortunately. The whole bottle smells like it because I sprayed so hard. I overspray these fragrances to make them last longer if I really like the scent profile, but it only goes so far. It only goes so far. So most people actually hate on this fragrance because of the projection and because the scent profile is kind of basic in the Dolce & Gabbana fragrance line and in the fragrance world. If you're not down that rabbit hole as yet and you just want a fragrance that smells good, trust me, this does smell good. People love this fragrance. It's very safe, citrusy, woody type of aromatic fragrance. So it's going to be light, it's going to be airy, it's going to be citrusy, and it's going to be really summer vibes, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be that fragrance that you can wear in the heat, wear in the cooler times. Very versatile. I'm not sure if I'd wear this in the winter though, but I think you can. I think you can get away with it. It's a very versatile fragrance. You can wear this anywhere. I only got the small one because I love the bottle. Don't think I'll be buying another one because yes, it is kind of basic, but it does smell good, and I think I'll be keeping this for a very long time. Really neat bottle to have on your shelf as well to give it some life. Yeah, but very cost effective. I got this, I think around $50 for the smaller bottle, around 60 something for the bigger bottle. It's very cheap now. It's been heavily discounted. You can get it on discounters online. When I say discounters online, I'm talking places like Joma Shop, Max Aroma, FragranceBuy.ca, FragranceNet, all of those places. don't buy this full retail. It's not worth the full price, but if you get it at a great discount, I would say get this fragrance. Very cheap, very safe, very great smelling. Okay, and lastly on the list, is it lastly on the list? Yeah, it's lastly on the list. So lastly on the list is probably the only great performant fragrance on this list. It's actually Beast Mode Performant. I thought I'd sneak this one in because it's so safe, so great smelling, it's so great performant that it's a 10 out of 10, and I think you guys deserve a 10 out of 10. Even if, you know, you guys are pretty young and, you know, you don't want to spend a lot, this actually covers everything you will need. And I am talking about Hawas For Him. If you're a teen and watching this, then you've already seen this fragrance online because you're on TikTok. I know you're on TikTok. This is one of those TikTok hype fragrances that it's worth the hype. It's worth the hype, and it's one of those fragrances that I actually blind bought without ever smelling. It's not really something you can get in a retail store at all. But great smelling Arabian fragrance. It is an aquatic fresh fragrance, so it's gonna smell a little salty, it's gonna smell fresh, and it also has some sweeter notes in there, some sweet undertones as well, kind of overtones or the whole body of the fragrance. So it's blended greatly into this sweet, salty, fresh fragrance that is fantastic. If you're familiar with fragrances like Invictus Aqua, then you would definitely know kind of what this smells like. This actually came out before Invictus Aqua, but everyone thinks this is a clone of Invictus Aqua, which I think doesn't do this any justice, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So great smelling. This one, you have to be careful with the sprays. Like I said, it is a monster performer, so you're gonna want to be careful with the sprays on this, and you might choke yourself out or people around you if you're in class, if you're at the grocery store, if you're at the mall. If you're in more open spaces, I would say you can go crazy with the sprays. Not too crazy. I'd say probably around 6 there, about 7, 8, which will get you to have a great scent trail behind you. But aside from that, don't go too crazy. You will choke yourself out, and you will choke others out, and then you'll hate it, and then people will hate it, and it's just a chain reaction of never-ending hate, and you probably want to throw this out afterwards. But great smelling. It may smell a little weird at first when you first spray it, but I would say when you get this, give it a couple sprays, put it down. If you like it at first, great, but I would say put it down. Don't touch it for maybe a week or 2, and then spray it again. Trust me, it becomes something much better. That's what we call when a fragrance macerates. So you kind of introduce a little bit of oxygen in there and it does its stuff. All right, so I ran out of a little space there, but yeah. Great fragrance. All of these are great fragrances. That last one I think is the best out of all of them based on performance and everything. 10 out of 10, but get any one of these. They're all pretty cheap. Hawas goes for around $40 as well. So that has been my video today about great smelling teen fragrances. Hopefully you grab one off of this list. Always remember to smell these fragrances before you buy them if you can. If you can't find any of these in your local stores, then I would say just pull the trigger. They're all pretty cheap, $30 to $50 the most for these fragrances. All right, so don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share, and don't forget to comment what you think should have been on this list, which one of these fragrances you already own, and what do you like or hate about it. Don't forget to subscribe as well. All right, so go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And until I see you guys next time, big up.